Good morning. Let's talk about water this morning because I've had several patients confess to me that they've not been hydrating as they know they should be. And of course, water is obviously a major component to success when it comes to improving metabolism, but more importantly, during the initial phases of a wellness plan, detoxification. Because if you are taking one of many different approaches that we use here in office for detoxification cellularly, and I'm not talking intestinally, I'm talking cellularly. Water is important for flushing what has been purged from the cell. So whether you're using Ultimate Cleanse, whether you're using some of the homeopathic remedies like the cords, which detox cellularly specific organ systems, and the reason I'm mentioning that is because, not to confuse anyone, but because this video will be going out to our nutrition response testing patients and our weight loss patients. So these are very important elements to include in the program on a daily basis. You must hydrate your body in order to flush toxins that have been liberated from your tissues. Very important. Otherwise, you'll suffer the effects of sometimes nausea, headaches, and at the worst case, some vomiting. Toxins many times are removed much more rapidly than you accumulate them. So we accumulate them on a daily basis, and that is airborne sources, beverage sources, food sources, of course, and more commonly seen today topically. So anything you rub on your skin just doesn't evaporate into thin air. It's absorbed by the skin because it's your largest surface area organ. So hydration is very important. One patient actually posed a question yesterday about bottled water purchased commercially. And it's a great option. It wasn't a cheap form of water by any stretch, but the pH was way too high. Optimal pH for filtered water, even if it's found naturally occurring, should be between 6.5 and 8.5. You do not want it higher than 8.5 because that would be too much buffering for your stomach. The stomach should be roughly 2.5 to 3 in pH, and that's so that you have effective digestion, particularly of vegetables and proteins, or meat. And if you do not have a pH that's maintained around 2.5, then you're going to experience some form of acid reflux, indigestion, heartburn, GERD, or all the above, right? Those are all the common flavors of acid indigestion today. So the actual understanding for many years has been that you have too much acid, that's what causes it, and it's actually the direct opposite. If that was the case, you would actually see some correction, and there is no correction when you're taking proton pump inhibitors. All they're simply doing is they're inhibiting the body's ability to naturally make digestive enzymes, and in particular hydrochloric acid. So you want hydrochloric acid. It's actually your friend. Your stomach protects itself by making mucus. And I know I'm a long way off of water right now, but this is so important to understand when it comes to acid indigestion. Your stomach makes mucus to protect itself from digesting itself with the acid that it makes naturally. So you want to have that acid to break your food down quickly so that it does not putrefy. The putrefaction of our food is what causes the acid reflux and the uncomfortable symptoms. Why are patients happy when they take proton pump inhibitors like Pepcid, Nexium, Propulsid, and those type of antacids? Because they neutralize the acid, they buffer the acid, the patient's more comfortable, patient's happy, and they don't think anything of it. All the while, you just undermined your body's natural ability to digest food properly and thoroughly, getting it into the small intestine before it has a chance to putrefy. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, I love talking physiology and helping people understand these concepts because it equates to a better quality of life. Back to water. The most expensive way to purchase your water for flushing is to buy bottled water. Many cheaper forms like Nestle and Zephyrhills and some of these that are in the crinkly bottles, cheap water, acidic water, typically it's under 5.5 even, which is kind of scary. It's way too acidic. And then on the other hand, you can buy some of these very expensive waters and they're way too alkaline. They're 9.5 or higher. Too much buffering. That's not healthy for the body long term. A couple bottles here and there is not going to hurt you, but long term, you do not want to go there. Trust me, it's too much buffering. So keep your water pH between 6, if you purchase, and it's on the labels what I'm referring to, keep it between 6.5 and 8.5. Can't go wrong there. That's naturally occurring. Now when you're using the wand, let's say for instance you took our recommendation and you went to Pelican and said, hey, I want the under-counter system because I know it's a cheaper price point and I'm not having to haul water. It's right there at my sink, just with a crack of the tap. Then use the wand, because the wand is a perfect way to balance your pH. I've tested many times here in office. And in office, I consistently find a pH between 7.2 and 7.8. Pretty darn good pH for that wand. So keep using it. It's all natural. There's minerals in it that are commonly found in the Earth's crust that you would find in creek beds. Tourmaline, germanium, manfishi, far infrared. So these are great minerals to take in on a daily basis. And it's actually what improves taste quality of water. Okay? So very important. Remember, the obvious are what's written in the manual. Half of your body's weight in ounces of filtered water per day. Get those liquids in, especially when it's in the 90s like this. This heat is just very depleting in the body, dehydrates quickly. So I hope these concepts make sense. You may have to watch this once or twice. I realize I spoke quickly this morning, but it's very important to get it all out in a timely manner, because what I've learned is if I go over 10 minutes, people just click the video off. So I want to get it out as rapidly as possible. The only other quick mention is minerals. A lot of these minerals, these are all plant derived, and on the list, I realize you're not going to be able to see them in the video, okay, but when you come in office, you're welcome to pick it up. But listed here are all the essential minerals that we need in our body on a daily basis. Macro, which are a large quantity, micro, somewhat less, and trace, even less, are all contained in this formula. Been carrying it in office since 1996. So the doctor that formulated it used to work for Marlin Perkins on the Wild Kingdom. He's a large animal vet. And what he discovered was these animals in nature that took in, by the normal course of the food chain, an adequate supply of minerals. They didn't have a lot of the nutritionally deficient diseases develop. They didn't even have dental caries. They didn't have their teeth falling out. I mean, think about a lion. He needs his teeth. His life depends on it. But if he's mineral depleted, he's out of luck. He's not going to be able to kill an animal for prey, let alone eat it. So, you know, that's what he discovered in all these large animals, is that they don't brush their teeth, they don't floss, they don't swish or gargle fluoride. They get the minerals naturally occurring, and that's what we need to do too, because that would keep us from having any kind of softening of the enamel, dental caries, and pitting or chipping of teeth, all those things that are associated with a depletion of not necessarily just calcium and magnesium, phosphorus. Phosphorus deficiency is what can cause teeth to be soft. So just something to think about. Thanks for your attention this morning. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you like this information. Give us a thumbs up that you like it, and share it with all of your friends, because this is a free service that we do, that we provide in addition to our patients who are actually members of our family here. So share the information, help somebody out, pay it forward. It always comes back, I promise you. God bless you today. See you next time.